Locusta, the poisonous shadow of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, with its magnificent rise and brutal fall, is one of the most striking actors on the historical stage. One of the names that represents the dark side of this empire is undoubtedly Locusta. Considered the first female serial killer in history, Locusta is a figure who has ravaged Rome with her poisons. After the enlightened world of Greek philosophy, the brutality that appeared on the scene with the rise of the Roman Empire reached its peak, especially with the era of Caesar. Bloody amusements such as gladiatorial battles and the feeding of slaves to wild animals have revealed the cruel face of the empire. But behind this brutality there was also a more hidden and insidious threat lurking: poison. Locusta was one of the most important figures in this poisonous world. A herbalist, she had soon gained a reputation as a healer and sorceress. However, her real talent was in preparing deadly poisons. In Rome's relentless struggle in the political arena, Locusta had become an indispensable tool for those who wanted to eliminate their opponents. Agrippina, the wife of Emperor Claudius, had commissioned Locusta to poison Claudius in order to put her son Nero on the throne. Locusta had eliminated the emperor by mixing a deadly poison into Claudius's mushroom dish. Thus Nero became emperor at a young age. During the reign of Nero, Locusta poisoned many people on the orders of the emperor. In particular, the death of Nero's half-brother Britannicus, Nero's rival for the throne, has gone down in history as one of the most famous Locusta murders. Locusta's influence was so great that she even opened a poisoning school in Rome. At this school, she was teaching her students how to prepare and use poisons. Nero was providing prisoners for Locusta to conduct experiments at this school. Locusta's life ended with the fall of the Roman Empire. The new Emperor Galba tortured Locusta to death, but Locusta's legacy remained an indelible stain on the dark history of the Roman Empire. Locusta's story reveals not only how a woman rose up in the cruel world, but also the decay of the Roman Empire. In this empire full of power, splendor, and intrigue, poison had become one of the most effective weapons. Locusta has gone down in history as the queen of this poisonous world. Locusta, the poisonous shadow of the Roman Empire and the dark legacy of poison. The Roman Empire, with its magnificent rise and brutal fall, remains one of the most captivating chapters in human history. Among its many infamous figures, Locusta stands out as a chilling embodiment of the empire's darker aspects. Often regarded as history's first documented female serial killer, Locusta's legacy is inextricably linked with the sinister art of poisoning that plagued ancient Rome. The historical and cultural significance of poisons. Poisons have played a significant role throughout human history, not just as tools of murder, but also in medicine, politics, and even spiritual practices. In ancient civilizations, the line between poison and medicine was often blurred. Many substances that could heal in small doses were lethal in larger amounts. This duality gave rise to a mystique around those who understood these potent substances. In Rome, as in many ancient societies, poison became a weapon of choice for those seeking to eliminate rivals quietly. Its use was particularly favored in political circles, where open violence might draw unwanted attention. The fear of poisoning was so prevalent that it influenced Roman culture, from the development of food tasters for the elite to the creation of supposed antidotes like the famous Mithridateum. Notable poisoning cases in the Roman Empire. While Locusta's exploits are perhaps the most famous, the Roman Empire witnessed numerous high-profile poisoning cases. Emperor Claudius, allegedly poisoned by his wife Agrippina with Locusta's help, using deadly mushrooms. Britannicus, Nero's half-brother and potential rival, poisoned during a dinner party. Germanicus, a popular general, believed to have been poisoned on the orders of Emperor Tiberius. Drusus, son of Tiberius, reportedly poisoned by his wife, Livilla, and her lover Sejanus. These cases, among many others, contributed to a culture of paranoia and suspicion, particularly within the imperial court. Other poisoners under Locusta's influence. Locusta's notorious poison school in Rome created a legacy that outlived her. While specific names of her students are lost to history, Her influence spread far and wide. Poisoners trained by Locusta are believed to have served various noble families and political factions in Rome. Some historians speculate that Locusta's techniques may have influenced poisoning practices well into the Middle Ages and Renaissance periods. The idea of a poison ring, a ring with a hidden compartment for carrying poison, is sometimes attributed to innovations stemming from Locusta's era. Locusta's impact on modern culture. The fascination with Locusta and her deadly arts has persisted into modern times. Literature. Locusta appears in various historical novels set in ancient Rome, often portrayed as a sinister background figure manipulating events from the shadows. Television and film. While not always named directly, characters inspired by Locusta have appeared in numerous productions about ancient Rome, embodying the archetype of the cunning poisoner. True crime interest. As one of history's earliest documented serial killers, Locusta is often mentioned in discussions and documentaries about the history of crime. Feminist reinterpretation. Some modern scholars have examined Locusta's story through a feminist lens, exploring how she navigated and exploited a patriarchal society. Medical and forensic studies. Locusta's methods continue to intrigue researchers studying the history of toxicology and forensic science. The legacy of poison in Rome. Locusta's era marked a peak in the use of poison as a political tool in Rome. But it was far from the end. The fear of poisoning continued to haunt Roman society for centuries. This paranoia led to advancements in detecting poisons and developing antidotes, contributing to early toxicology. The story of Locusta and the prevalence of poisoning in ancient Rome serve as stark reminders of the brutal nature of power struggles in the empire. They highlight how, beneath the veneer of civilization and grandeur, Rome harbored a deadly undercurrent of intrigue and murder. In examining Locusta's life and impact, we gain insight not only into the specific crimes attributed to her but also into the broader societal issues of the time. Her story reflects the corruption at the heart of imperial power, the vulnerability of even the mightiest rulers, and the ways in which individuals, particularly women, could wield influence in a highly stratified society. Ultimately, Locusta remains a potent symbol of the Roman Empire's darker side. Her legacy serves as a cautionary tale about the corrupting nature of power and the eternal human fascination with the fine line between life and death, medicine and poison, healer and killer.